Well, y'all know what time it is, man. When you hear the voice, you know what you make the right choice. Man, it is your boy in the building, man. Frank Nitty. I am the host of the Texans on Green podcast show, man. Your favorite show, my favorite show. Y'all already know if I'm in the building, man. You know I got my boy, man, aka the mailman, aka the street. Yeah. AKA the draft guard. Y'all already know what time it is, man. We in full effect, man. Y'all got to go back. You know what we talking about right there. We're going to score the Mac. As a matter of fact, the name of the show is MaXout Fridays, man. We got Killer Cal in the building, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Let me give my guy a hand. Hold on, here we go. Boom. I like to welcome my guys. Hey, man, it's MaXout Friday, man, so y'all already know it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's most definitely whatever. It's mostly Texans, but, hey, on Fridays, as y'all can see, we're feeling good. Shout out to this company. I ain't going to shout them out because they ain't paying us yet, but when they do, we give them a shout out. But other than that, though, man, if you got them, pop them. If you got them, light them up or whatever they say. But anyway, man, we're about to have a good show, man. There's a lot of good news going on in Texas OTAs. A lot of stuff that I've been peeping, man, all across Texas nation, the Texas community, all kind of stuff going on, man. You know, right now, this is the time that we just talking. Mini camps getting ready to come up, so you know that's when it's really going. I guess they put the pads on at mini camp, right?
Oh yeah.
Or they do walk through.
But mini camp.
Yeah, I think the pants come on in training camp. So I think mini camp, I know you have everybody there. I know you're doing a little bit more critical drills. I know you probably got your pants on out there going hard against the tackle dummies and all of that stuff out there, but I don't think they actually start hitting each other until training camp. But
OTAs is, you know what I'm saying, welcome back. Mini camp is a rev up, you know what I'm saying? See how y'all guys looking, like y'all picking up what we learned installed in OTAs. And then training camp, that's where legends are made. That's when the pads come on.
Shout out Mo Beasley, man.
What's going
shout
on,
out to everybody that's that's peeping us right now. We appreciate y'all. Like I said earlier, man, there's a lot of stuff going on with the Texans. It's a lot of stuff you want to just get excited about what's going on. The team, I got a question though, y'all. Something that I've been seeing in the airways. I wouldn't say as far as the media goes, but in the Texans community. I heard something today, and I just want to know if it's true, right? Is it true that that we having problems already with CJ GJ? Is that just something that people just trying to bring up just to talk about because it ain't nothing else to talk about? Like, what is the?
That's all it is, bro.
Yeah, because it seemed like, bro, the last thing I seen right before we started this show, I seen that he posted, commented on something that Bullock. I think it was a Bullock video where he was talking about, man, how good the secondary is, and he reshared it or liked it or something or commented on it, whatever he's interacting with the team. I don't know what people are tripping on. Do y'all think that, being that this is his new team, do y'all think that he should have been around for OTAs? Is it something that he like to just be around the team?
I don't see nothing wrong with it. I mean, you on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not be there? Now, of course, he's I view him like a younger Jimmy Ward, right? And what I mean by a younger Jimmy Ward, like as he explains to himself how he was in Philly, crash dummy, like that. We all know that's what Jimmy Ward really is. What's up, Mom?
T. Jones.
What's going on, baby? But he's one of those. He's an ultimate team player. You know what I'm saying? Is he different? Is he wired different? Of course.
Texas changes. Yeah, that's why I heard he always kind of had a little. He was a little rough around the edges or whatever. But I think it's just interesting, right? When players just choose to do that, because you got him on. He's working out. We can see that. We done seen on videos that he's working, but is it to a point where like I feel like you have to get acclimated to your team. You have to be cool with your teammates to be able to, to have that true glue. I just hope you don't think like, I done won the Super Bowl last year and like y'all just gonna look up to me. Like, I don't know. I just think he should be there. I know you said it doesn't really. I think it matters though, and if it matters to us, I think that it's a thing around the players. The players know it matters. So if I was to ask you, Killer, like, why would you think that he's not with the team during these OTAs? If he's working out, why not be working out with the team?
Well, the one thing I can say is he has been in the building.
Mm-hmm.
So whether he working out with the team or not, like people have to understand that OTAs it's a voluntary thing. Like
What's up,
if I
Brandon?
want to go, like it's frowned upon if you're a rookie, haven't even made the squad, not even in the league. It's no doubt that he's going to make the squad. Now, I think what people kind of get, like you said, Nitty, the concern is, well, working out whatever chemistry you can develop with a couple of walkthroughs, jogging through, plays and assignments or whatever. But he's already a made man.
Is it like a setup? Is it a setup sometime in the NFL whenever you have like I remember when I first started hearing about OTAs and hearing about the voluntary and knowing that, you didn't have to come, but it was looked at, it's always been looked at a certain way when certain players don't come. Like, pause. When they don't show up, then certain players kind of, is it frowned upon? Is it a, how can I put it? Is it like is this some kind of like secret thing, putting it, not secret because it's out in the open, but is it some kind of way that they can find out if you're a team player, but whether if you show up to OTAs? Is this the reason why they put the voluntary on it so they can kind of see? Because I kind of think that when you put voluntary on something, right, it's voluntary. That's literally what it means. It's like, hey, if you want to, if you don't, and according to the rule, that should not be, you shouldn't be frowned upon if you don't show up because it's voluntary. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, it's always looked at like, hey, if he didn't show up, man, he must not be there for the team. And the ones who do show up, it's almost like they'll kind of looked at like, man, that's a team player right there, man. He showed up for the OTAs. Does that matter? And if it matters, then like, is it a setup? Do you think that was done on purpose to find out who's down and who ain't down? Like, is this some kind of way for coaches to find out who's actually, part of the team and who not?
Okay. I'm explaining to you like this. Teams that report early are teams that don't go far in the playoffs or don't even make it to the playoffs. That team went to the Super Bowl and won. Now, me personally, I'm not worried, not concerned at all. It's not like he's hiding the injury or he's hurting anything of that nature. Like Cal said, he's been in the building. He's been getting familiar with the guys, his DB room, other teammates of the team. So I look at it as if he's taking extra time. He's staying in shape, but taking extra time. Think about it. The Super Bowl was just played in February.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These guys
played longer than everybody. So what you're saying, they had a longer season than everybody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like you gotta understand the Eagles gonna be the last team to report. Chiefs gonna be the last team to report. Teams like Buffalo, Baltimore, those teams that have deep playoff runs every year are always the last teams to report. You have to give your guys a break. Now, granted, it's only what most teams, everybody in our division, we know come December, they all hollering Cancun on 3. So they done had the whole entire offseason. You know what I'm saying? All the playoffs, they doing whatever they want to do. And you got teams like us, which is going to change in a few years, but which is going to start this year because we're getting past the first round. Oh, I'm sorry, the divisional round. We're going to take that big step. But all in all, man, dude is fine. He's okay. Not worried about it. If he was really a head problem or headache, he wouldn't be here. We don't deal with. You've already seen what happened last year with the receiver we got, your boy Deontay Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Headache problem. We're gonna give you a chance. If you're gonna do what we say do or get in line, you'll make it here. Brother ain't want to get in line, he ain't here no more. So all in all, man, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah, good ownership and good leadership understands that everything is collectively bargained. If teams could have it their way, they'd be year round in the building, mandatory getting fined and all that other stuff. So as long as he's in contact with D'Amico and D'Amico being a guy that's just saying, hey man, I understand you just won or whatever, take whatever time, just stay in shape, stretch, hydrate, whatever. We'll see you in
to be cool with the head
we'll see you in June or July. Yeah. Certain owners and coaches understand that. Now you may have a guy like a Bill O'Brien that's like he want to have his thumb on the pulse on everything. And if you're not there, or if you're like a Jerry Jones, like you want to have to do this my way, or you're going to feel it in negotiations down the road. The Texans are not ran like that. So when guys don't show up, like more of the fan base had a problem with Laramie Tunsil. At the end of the day, with all the false starts and everything, Tunsil was still the best damn lineman on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Never showed up.
Never showed up.
Right. The problem that I have with Laramie is him not being there could have helped some of the young guys that were still trying to find their way in the league. So we're dealing with two different things. That secondary over there that we have, that's a strong, cohesive unit without CJGJ being there. We got all pro. We didn't have any all pro linemen last year. We had a Pro Bowl lineman in Tunsil. Everybody else was just trying to find their way. CJGJ not being there, man, the experience that we have over there, it's like, hey, when you get here, this is where you're gonna pick up on it. I think it's gonna roll smoothly.
Yeah, I think
they're gonna get their 35 interceptions this year. 35.
Training camp is gonna be beautiful, man.
Hey, I set the bar high.
Woo! Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that's 5 apiece for everybody, at least.
Hey, if I go in the club and I see Lizzo and I see Beyonce, I'm shooting for Beyonce. I always set the bar high.
And Lizzo done lost their weight now, but
I understand it. Hey, I just said I set the bar high.
Real quick, Lizzo was tripped out because she always like dissed people who talked bad about big people, and it's now that she done lost the weight, she seemed like she done turned into one of them people. But anyway, on to the next subject. Boom. What do y'all think about the fact that there's a rumor going around that Noah could be the next Steve Smith in this NFL football league? I don't know about y'all, but that gets me excited.
Who is Noah?
Oh, you mean to tell me I put the wrong name up here? You mean
you saying Noah?
No, the second what's the name that we got? The second wide receiver.
Noel.
There we go. Hold on, let me refix that for y'all. That's idiot. I put Noah's. Hold up, I was thinking of Noah's.
I'm like Noah. Like,
hold on, I'm gonna fix that right now.
Noah Brown gone, bro.
Hello.
Shit, I heard Noah Brown was getting on the plane the other day and fell down and hurt his knee.
Man, my bad. Hey, that's you know what I'm saying. It's Friday, MaXout Friday.
Hey. The Modelo maxing your ass out
already. Look, Noel, I've heard is the next Steve Smith, right? So we've heard this from his coach. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to John with Locked On Texans. I was checking out the show and I heard this right now. Before I even seen this show, right? And this is the reason why I wanted to bring this up to on our show, is because before I even seen that show, I was already thinking something like that about this guy. Like when you look at Noel, you see something that's like that's something, bro. It's the shortness, the stockiness of him, the willing to go and get it. It just seems like he's gonna be one of those guys that's kind of looked at as a underachiever, but's gonna actually be an overachiever. And I'm like, for his position coach at Iowa State to say that this guy has the potential to be the next Steve Smith, I just wanted to take the time just for a little while to actually imagine for a little while. Just to imagine if he really turned out to be a Steve Smith S type of wideout. How would that work out for y'all?
Hey, real quick, man. Brandon and Texans tangents. Yo, y'all funny as hell today, bro. Like,
so we need Fat People Appreciation Month. What should we call it? Or to why?
Bruh, like, hey, man. These guys, Noel is our Noah to the Ark, which is the tech. Man, come on, bro. Hey, the wordplay. If this was a battle rap, the word.
Hey man, y'all maxing out on Friday, man. Hey, y'all, this is what we talking about when we talk about max out Fridays. But if you can have that type of a player, y'all, and we know Steve Smith was a bona fide wide receiver one. If you get that type of number one, I'm gonna ask y'all this: would y'all say that what's the name is? No, I'm gonna say that till after this question. When you look at that type of wide receiver that Steve Smith was, like, if Noel ends up being that type of wide receiver, what could that mean for this team?
Let me say this, man. I know Cal, we probably gonna go back and forth with this one. I didn't catch that Locked On Texans episode, so I'm unfamiliar. Mm-hmm. But from what I know of both players, Steve Smith and Noel, that's a bad comparison. Now, I'm not saying that he can't develop or become like that player, but to be that player, you got to be that guy, that player.
Right Steve now,
Smith, like, I've never met a nice Steve Smith. He's a nice guy, but when you're in between them lines, you don't want to deal with him. He's gonna make it hard on you every play, whether the ball going his way or not. You're not going to want to deal with that. To me, Noel comes off as a good football player. His
position coach said this, though, now.
I mean, hey, you give me the spotlight, give me the camera, I'm going to boost my guys all day. I'm just saying. I'm serious. Hey, if you apply for a job and they call me for the reference, hey, do you know a Frank Nitty? Man, that's the hardest working brother I know. Let me tell you, man, one time he climbed a tree and the tree was on fire to get a cat. Whatever the job is, I'm finna hype you up, bro.
Nah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying, hey, the coach is wrong. But what I'm saying is, slow the fuck down. All right?
Okay.
Like, I'm just slow down. Now, is he going to be a good receiver for us this year? He's going to have every opportunity, knock on wood. He don't get injured. Him and Higgins, they should be a formidable 1-2 punch to go along with Nico, and actually a 3 or 4 punch because you got Christian Kirk as well. Now, if he develops into this Steve Smith-esque type of player, then goddamn, bro, Nick, crown him.
I ain't gonna lie. If he ends
I'm pressing the brakes on. I need to see more. I need to see.
I think this too, though, right here, Patton. Just because you brought up Caserio, I think if this draft turns out good, right? I think we will be able to officially put Nick Caserio up there in the pantheon, like with the great GMs. I really do believe that if Higgins, Noel, Jalen Smith, the other Jalen Reed, if all of these guys pan out, if three of them, 4 of them pan out, I believe that we will honestly start looking at Caserio is the very, very best GM that we have ever had. To be no question in it, and he'll be looked at as one of the best GMs in the league. I really do believe that. And just like you said, Patton, I believe there's a high percentage. I'm talking about like 97% that it actually happens. I believe in these players. I believe, like you said, all of this stuff has to be proven. And I still want to get your take on this too, Cal. I think it has to be proven, right? But when you look at what Noel is, right? When you look at Paul's his body, his stature, the way he is, bro is short, but he's 200 and something pounds, right? He's solid. And when you look at his legs is his thickest attribute. Bro, Cam is ridiculous, bro. Pause. Like, Bro looks like that he has to build. I don't think he'll be Steve Smith this year, but I do think around maybe his second, the end of his second, beginning of his third year, he's gonna be like, I think he's gonna be one of the superstars in this league. It might be ending up being a receiver that we might not have too much longer neither, but he's I think he's gonna be pretty good, bro. I think that what Casario did, and I'm gonna stop it right here and then let you go, Cal. I think what Casario did was set us up for the future very well. I think that this is what's going to make this draft so good, is that he's actually set us up for the future. And I'm talking about like a future of like 3 years from now. Say Nico, we move on from Nico, right? God forbid, and I hate when that time comes, but say if we have to move on from Nico, I believe Higgins is his replacement. I believe that when we have to move on from Kirk, which could be next year, you know, Noel is that replacement. You know what I'm saying? Like we good for the next probably by 7-8 years at wide out. Like if this draft pans out, and I'm thinking that it is, bro. I really think the NFL is retarded for letting us get both of those wideouts like they did. I don't know what they was thinking letting CJ get both of those dudes, but I really think they lost their mind. But Cal, when talking about Noel, and I know you spoke on him before, what do you see? Do you kind of understand what his position coach is saying when he says that Noel can be the next Steve Smith?
I do, because when you look at, first of all, Steve was he was an artist in route running.
Mm-hmm.
And what Patton was describing, he was a beast on the field. He was an animal. He was super physical for his size. Like, you just wasn't going to bring him down with a one-hand tackle. He'd side swipe you. I mean, he's going to do everything.
Forget the position coach for Iowa did say that when that team hit the field, Noel was the tone setter. He said he was the whole tone setter for the team.
I see it, man. Dude got a 39-inch vertical. His broad jump, I think it was like 11. It was 11 feet.
It was
he's very, very athletic, man. I think his bench press was pretty high. So yeah, I think it was like 23. I think he had 23 reps.
Hey, Pat, you see that?
His
yeah.
His lower body is, it's well put together. So I look for a lot of broken tackles. Now the broken tackles didn't occur on film. I think that's something that you kind of you work off into it. I really do. I think he's really, really lower body strong, being able to jump as high as he can, being a go-getter. You can see the build of him and Steve Smith similar. Now his route running is very, very crisp also. So I think that's another thing that they look off into in the comparisons. And it's not a bad comparison.
No,
and you said something, Nitty, and I said this probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Like, I understand everybody think that, hey, the salary cap gonna move up, you can pay everybody. If Nico Collins have a Chase type of year, a Jefferson type of year, 2 years, he's gonna want that type of money. And so you just said something, Nitty, that the Texans did something very smart. They went and got 2 wide receivers, and they wasn't first round wide receivers. So the money that you're paying them now is going to be low end money, but you have them for the next 4 years. That money don't kick on the cap until, if you sign both of those guys, kick on the cap for the 5th year. So you got these guys going to be acclimated growing with CJ if you do have to make a financial move. So you have 2 guys that's going to complement each other. I think the greatest scenario for both of those guys is, I think Christian Kirk is going to have, barring injury, he's going to have a very excellent year. But I think if Noel and Higgins combined get you over 1,000 yards, and you asking that from your 3rd and 4th wide receiver, I think it's a successful season.
Very successful.
Regardless of who get if they combine for those 2, So that means Kirk. I'm looking for Kirk. I want Kirk to get close to 1,000. If he can get 1,000, that's cool. I want Nico to obliterate it.
To just
I
be
want Nico to
Nico.
get. Yeah, I just want Nico to be just super
Nico is
Nico.
starting.
He
Nico
like
is starting to get known around the league and everywhere. It's not like we can hire Nico no more. It was a point in time where it was almost like you had to be living in Houston. You almost had to have an 832 before your phone number in order to know exactly who Nico Collins was and how good he was. It was almost like teams came to our stadium and was like, damn, I didn't even know dude was really like that. But now I think the whole league is on notice. I think everybody know that Nico is like that. I think it's official, and I think teams are gonna start to play him different. But just like Petrie said, as a matter of fact, I just went to the store and I was listening to Petrie. He was on 610 right as I was pulling up before we started this show, and Petrie was talking about the wideouts. And he was talking about how when he goes out there every day, that he said this to all the DBs. He said, we cannot go out there. We cannot be half sleep. We got to be fully alert. He said, because these guys will make you look stupid in a hurry. He's saying that these wideouts right now as a group are off the chain. They ready right now. He said they out there making people look stupid right now. So when you hear a DB say that, and he says it, he said, man, and you can't slip in our practice. He said, because as much trash talking as we do in our practice, you got to be on point. And he said, man, you have to be on point with this group of wide receivers. He said, man, if you don't, he said, they will make you look stupid. So I'm just imagining that coming from an actual DB on the team actually saying that, I actually think that we're gonna be pretty good at wideouts. Another thing I wanted to bring up, which we can start with Patton on this one right here, is the starting O-line, man. I liked that picture that I seen that you sent to the group, and I looked at it. It was very interesting, man. I'm talking about very interesting, especially the point where it was talking about. Let me see if I can go to it
had
now.
Snap counts on it.
Yes, that's what was very interesting to me. It was the snap counts of the guys who've been there. And I'm not gonna lie, but I was so like, this Lincoln Tomlinson,
He's the elder statesman.
man, he's gonna be running that whole offensive line. I'm telling you that right now. You ain't gonna be able to say nothing to 10,000 snaps and been healthy. Like, I think he's one of the longest running, healthiest offensive linemen that it is. But y'all want to know something that I noticed about this? Clear as day. And I want to bring it up to y'all to see if y'all thought, if this was the starting line right here, week 1, right? What do y'all think about Titus playing right guard? Because I thought that was wild to see that he only played 3 snaps there, right? And I was like, oh, that's because I was like, hold up, he played more than 3 snaps at guard, but this is right guard. He has, so basically he'll be playing where Shaq Mason played, right? Do y'all think that that's a good spot for him? He's only played 3 snaps there. Do y'all think he can have success there, being that he has success at the left guard, so to speak?
Well, for starters, it makes sense to have your veterans on the left side with Cam and Tomlinson. You know, those are your veteran guys on the offensive line. To have Howard at right guard next to Blake, assuming this is our starting offensive line, we're gonna roll out. It makes sense because you need somebody on your as the tackle, the right tackle. I need to know that my right guard got me at all times, and vice versa. And you know, this is gonna be a very huge make or break year for Blake, my personal opinion, because we drafted you high. You know, not first round high, but I'm gonna say second round high. If I'm not second or third round. So Nick can't afford to have that stench still attached to him, which is he can't draft offensive linemen. So it's going to have to work. So the best thing to put him in a place to be successful is to have somebody right next to him that has starting ability. Also, think about it. Howard's natural position is right tackle. So who else to teach the guy? Then Howard. By having
you right there. You right there.
You know so from a schematic standpoint, that makes the most sense. Now, the elephant in the room is going to be Jake Andrews, the center. He's the guy that nobody knows nothing about. You know what I'm saying? Like, and most offensive linemen, offensive lines always have that weak link. You know what I'm saying? You're only as strong as your brother is next to you. I'm going out on the ledge, and I'm going to say Jake Andrews is going to have a very, very good season. He won't be the weak link of this team.
I don't think so, neither. I think they know something that we don't. I think if you throw him in there, even though you know you got Patterson and all these guys, they have to know something that we don't know.
Of course.
And they look, you see where it say how many snaps he had at center, right?
Right.
Zero.
That was a glaring. I'm talking about that's a glaring zero right there, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, my eyebrows went to the back of my head when I saw that. I was like, I said, hold on there. So if he got 0 snaps at center, now I knew he was supposed to be the best lineman that the Patriots had last year, and they had a horrible line. So how many snaps did he have last year? Like, was he playing a different position on that line?
I want to say maybe guard, but
oh, okay. So he didn't play center. Like, that's why I was tripping. I'm like 0 snaps at center. So yeah, this will be his first time. And my thing is, they have to know something because you got Patterson right there. And all of us sitting right here now and even watching this show know that Patterson is a better option than Juice Scruggs at center. You know what I'm saying? So for them to automatically be like, look, we going Andrews. It's something about, and I know Doc don't want to hear this, but I think that this has something to do with a Patriots tie. This is some kind of tie. There's something where somebody from the Patriots, when they sent him down here, said that guy is one of the league's next best centers.
Nitty, don't go outside tonight, man.
Why you say that?
You hear them keys rattling, man. Doc might be out there waiting on you.
I'm just saying, hey, for real, you might hear them keys out there, man. For real.
You better check your ring camera. You hear them keys rattling? And then, you know, Doc, it's Friday too. I'm pretty sure Doc got that cup of Grandma E to the top.
Hey, for real, man. I wish Doc could have came on the show, man. Hey, Grandma E probably got him already. But yeah, as far as the line go, Cal, anything you wanted to touch on the line before we moved on to the next?
Yeah, I really think that it told you something. Like, we were waiting to see, you know, who was going to. My only thing was, I said it was only 2 people that had solidified starting positions, and that was Cam Robinson and Titus Howard. That was just they were going to start something. I knew Cam, even though Patton still think that Ursary is going to be day one.
Hey,
day one starter.
I saw this play with Ursary against the guy I'm pretty sure y'all saw it too, but it was Ursary against the edge. I think it was an edge that we got from Chicago. And bro can move, bro. Ursary, like
Ursary is very athletic, man. Very athletic. He just don't have a lot of lower body being that I like as a lineman. He's kind of stiff, in my opinion, from my observation, but he's fast. Like, he runs a 5 flat, you know, and that's one of those things that I complain about. I don't understand why any lineman run 40s at the combine, because I've never seen a play where a lineman was 40 yards down the field and was like, man, if he wasn't 40 yards down the field, they wouldn't have. No, and man, it's the shuttle.
They end up down the field that far. It's a play.
That's what I'm saying. But a guy that can move slightly in the same cat, like, he's 330.
You think he's gonna be like a what they call it? Y'all know that dancing bear. What is the dancing bear when it comes to the offensive line?
Like, being light on your feet, being able to move lateral. And that's the thing about being a lineman. It's your lateral movement. As much as nobody really, like, the town fell out of love with Tunsil, he was quick on the ball of his feet. Mm-hmm. He can move lateral, and that's what makes him most left tackles have to be, you know, quick-footed, if that's even a fucking word. Mm-hmm. But you have to be able to move your feet left to right and stay in front of guys, because now you very seldom, like, 4-3 positions, the defensive end, you used to be like 280, 290, sometimes 300. These guys are 250, 260. So they're quicker. So you still want the big girth of a lineman, but the quickness of that lineman to be able to keep up with a Will Anderson or Daniil Hunter. And that's what makes Ursery, I think that's what's going to, like, once he starts to figure out that position, yeah, I think he could be a future All Pro. He has the skill. It's just that I think his flexibility, his lower body flexibility, from what I see on film, that's the only thing that he lacks.
I also agree with what Brandon's saying too. Yeah, sometimes linemen actually do end up down the field when they say the proverbial blocking, making it to the secondary when blocking. I think that the more longer a play runs down the field, especially because you said that Lynch play, that Beast Quake run specifically, that play was like a play that was like he was setting up blocks, and that was a good play by his blocks. His blocks actually made that play for him because they were running down the field while he was kind of going laterally and picking which way he was going to run because of the way these blocks were setting up down the field. So that's a good point, Brandon. I also think that, like I say, when it comes to what I saw, this is just me personally, what I saw from Ursery really excited me because just being able to see line play, like I believe if you was with any other team, like say, the Titans or, you don't get to see what good left tackle play looks like. But I believe for like the last 5 years, when Tunsil here, like 5 years?
Well, good 5.
Yeah. We were able to see what elite left tackle play looks like. And I promise you, what I saw from Ursery in dealing with the player, that's why I wanted to be specific about the player that he was taking that repetition against, is because that guy is from Chicago and he's kind of like, remember that guy that we used to have that was like a real fast blitzer, but he didn't tend to make it to the quarterback a lot, but he was super fast, kind of short. I think we got him from another team. I want to say
we got him from, I know you're talking about Seattle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That guy was a pretty fast pass rush. Like, what he is literally the epitome of what the word pass rush actually means. Like, he just runs full speed at the quarterback. And even though he may not get there, that quarterback in his peripheral is like, I got to get this ball out because this dude is coming. He's coming. Jacobs. That's exactly who I'm talking about. Jacobs was super fast. He didn't make it to the quarterback, but that wasn't his job. If y'all really recognize, his job was just to shoot off that edge fast as he can to make the quarterback just get rid of the ball. Like, just to be worried about this fast dude coming around the edge. That's how this dude Taylor is that we got from Chicago.
I went back and watched that game.
He was coming off that edge fast, and I'm telling you, Ursery, the way he moved was something like Laramie, bro. I'm telling you, the way he moved and was able to get that dude down to the ground, man. It's like it looked better than what I had heard. See, I was expecting to see worse than that, but I was impressed. And I was like, okay, that right there can improve. That right there can improve even by training camp. Like, once bro start and think about it, we talk about this all the time. Bro is going to be going up against Will Anderson. And he's going to be going up against big number he's big number 55. And bro, if that don't get him ready for any edge rusher in the NFL, like nothing will. So I believe that he has a better chance of starting than any rookie left tackle in the league right now because of just who he's going up against in practice.
Right.
I truly believe that.
And another thing on Darrell Taylor, I went and watched when we played Chicago last year. Dude was showing up.
Hey,
on the screen.
Hey, I'm glad that we can. Let's give him a little time. Let's give this man a look because he's a Houston Texans now. Now, I used to bring him up on the show, and I noticed that we would kind of get on him and get off pause. But honestly, dude is actually a good player. He's better than average. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say he's way above average, but bro is above average. And I'm expecting at least like probably 5 sacks out of dude this year.
I'm gonna tell you something else too. This is what gives D'Amico in in situational downs that you can have Darrell on the outside and you can have Daniil or Anderson inside with a Mario or Rankins or
It's gonna be ridiculous.
just to get to that quarterback. It's
It's
yeah, and
ridiculous.
you only asking Mario, you only asking Will and Daniil. This is just situational third down. Like we just need you to be able to shoot the gap, you know, discombobulate that guard, both guards, both of them strong as hell.
Because if they
Yeah.
shoot on that edge like that, you're gonna open up that middle. And that's why the guys I think in the D'Amico Ryans defense, even though I heard somebody say the other day talking about where D'Amico doesn't really put a lot of stake into his defensive tackles. I'm like, what do they be watching? I'm like, I didn't even understand when they said that. I forgot who said it, but it was one of these media heads, and I was like, D'Amico puts a lot that, like, y'all may think that he's not putting a lot into that, but that's because he wants that rotation. I don't think they understand that D'Amico wants that rotation in the middle like that. Like, he has his end set, but he loves to keep recycling that middle because it keeps that it keeps it fresh. It keeps that rush fresh all game against the run.
But I also said too, D'Amico is working with what is supplied to him, and he's making it work. When D'Amico do get that, but when D'Amico get his guy, whether you get him from the draft and the one guy that, and I think I brought this up, when because he's gonna like Philadelphia, they can't pay everybody. And I think me and Patton was talking about it. Who's the defensive tackle?
Jordan Davis.
Hey, when D'Amico get him a Jordan Davis, it's gonna be over with. See, he can make it work with what he has. It's like, okay, this is what I got to cook with. So all right, I can use the ramen noodles. I got shrimp. Okay, I can make olive. Okay, cool. I can make it work. But when he gets that,
almost the opposite. It was almost the opposite in San Francisco. Like, he had one defensive end with
Bosa,
but the meat of the defense was really in the middle. You had Eric Armstead and you had the other guy. But those guys were what's the other one that he went over to he went to Indianapolis and he's a problem for us.
That was a trade though. It was Buckner.
Yeah, DeForest Buckner. So when you got those used to be the best tag team defensive tackles in the league at one point, and what's the name was over their defense, D'Amico. So it's like I tell people, I don't think that he just doesn't care about that position. It's what he has to do right now. It's like now, like you say, Kelly, he doesn't have his Eric Armstead. He doesn't have DeForest Buckner. So he's doing this. Okay, well, I can just trade and keep this position fresh or whatever. But like you say, one day when he's able to get one of those guys, man,
when he get his big X to plug up that middle, a guy that he just knows that, look, man, I know this guy. He can rush the passer, he can stop the run, and I know he's that guy. Like the edge is already set up, linebackers are set up, secondary is set up. If he get that guy that becomes a total disruptor. Like and see, when I say that those type of guys, I'm talking about on the verge of Pro Bowl level. You know, your boy from Kansas City, Chris
Jones.
Chris Jones, like just a total disruptor. Like I can move Chris to the edge, I can move Chris to the interior. When he get that guy from that interior to be able to pair him up with Will. And after Daniil be replaced after 2 more years from now, when he get that guy, the defense is gonna be like freaking lights out, man.
I think we get that guy in next year's draft to be. If we don't,
it's next year's draft. I think so.
The way that our draft went this year, and the way that it's probably will set up for what we will need next year, I can guarantee you nose tackle is on it's going to be one of our top priorities because what else will we I know on the defensive side you'll be looking at a linebacker or you'll be looking at a defensive tackle. I don't see anywhere else that we will be going unless, they say the best player at the just you draft the best player at that number wherever we happen to be at, unless a DE just happens to drop way far and then they start thinking about the future with Daniil Hunter. I can see something like that happening. But yeah, I definitely think that we have it's the defense. This would definitely be a more defensive draft next year. So draft guard, I know you'll be on your best work. And I guarantee you, bro, I already know it. It's going to be plenty of defensive players.
I can tell you now, like
buyout
next year's draft is going to be defensive heavy. I also predict that we're not going to have many picks. You're not going to need Nick's going to do what Nick do when it comes draft time, which is grabbing picks, shuffling picks, packaging them, moving up. You know how he does in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
and I think he learned a lesson this year too, Patton. What you think? You think that he may have learned, like, I can't sit back? Like, I think learning, like, all those people telling him no when he was trying to make that, when he was like, yo, I was trying to move up in the draft. I think he starts to strategize against that this year already.
This was a learning curve for him for sure because the league knows this how he likes to maneuver and move. And let's be real, like every time he does that, we are the team that comes out on the better side in that.
On the favorable side, right.
You know what I'm saying? So teams are becoming more weary of, hey, that sounds good, but damn, I don't know who, you know what I'm saying? They're getting real hesitant now. So I can see him now going forward, Nick, to build DeMeco's defense. Only two things going to happen. He's going to get rid of their first round pick or their second round pick for somebody that's already in the league, that's proven, like i.e. Jordan Davis. Mm-hmm. Or, hey, I'll give you this year, next year to get to, let's say, 7 or maybe the top 10 if this guy, the D tackle or a DN is there. You know what I'm saying?
If he's a lights out talent, that I guess
you won't have to worry about DN until not this year, but
next year.
Yeah. Now, D tackle, that's going to be the number one priority. Depending on how the linebackers do, it's time to add more youth to that unit. He's going to go find. And what's crazy about it, DeMeco is so good. Like we blessed with this, right? DeMeco is such a good developmental coach that it doesn't matter what round you draft the guy in. Now, granted, he may want it is very rare that off-ball linebackers, middle linebackers, go in the first round, high in the first round. Let's say this all world. The last linebacker that went that high, I honestly remember was my guy from Wake Forest that went to Seattle. I want to say it's Aaron Curry. I want to say that was the last guy that went like top round, like premium, you know what I'm saying, top 5 pick in the draft as an off-ball linebacker. But I guarantee you though, man, there's some D tackles out there right now that's going to be just playing this year. That's going to be some crazy. Hey, depending on how good their season go, it's going to be some shit going into the draft next year though. I guarantee it. Hey, real quick, I want to go to the bull ring, man. My guy Mellow Mike, man, he said something that caught my attention while Cal was talking. Let me see, can I pull it up real quick? What was it? What did my guy Mellow say? Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It stood out to me too.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read it.
Yeah, put it up on the board. Mellow Mike said, man, rotation means they're sending fresh bodies to the quarterback. They have different body types. Vladikowski is the run stopper, rotational pass rushers. Now, what me and Cal was just talking about with that guys that can clog the middle up, that's Jordan Davis. And I know Philly, at some point, they're going to be able to pay everybody. And they just drafted his teammate last year when, what's my guy name, dog? God damn it.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah,
I know you.
I can see him right now, bro. Number 93. But he's going to be there. But Jordan Davis,
right.
And the thing is, let's say hypothetically, right? Fadikazi he gets priced out. You plug in Jordan Davis, whether it's trade or I'm pretty sure it's gonna have to be a trade because he's a first round pick. But you get him via trade and re-sign him, dude. You got somebody that can sit down in the middle and contain both center and guard every damn play. It's gonna give whoever you got at D tackle, the other D tackle, to roam free one-on-one because you're gonna have one-on-ones outside with Will.
They gonna have to double Jordan.
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna become very, very competitive to, all right, man, who is the one that's gonna get the sack on this play? You know what I'm saying? So that's a good problem to have, man. Like that's something.
And whoever that guy is right now, his agent is in his player's ear saying the Texans is building something special, man.
Yeah.
We don't even know who that guy is, but that guy.
Appreciate it, Mike.
Who?
Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter. Yeah. We don't know who that agent is that have already contacted Casario about his guy that's going to be a good fit for that Texans D tackle spot. But I guarantee you those conversations are happening for next year. And I'm just saying that D'Amico haven't had his guy, like the guy that we know that D'Amico just goes into the room and say, hey, Nick, this is what I want. Right.
I think the only time he did that yet, I think the only time we've seen that yet since his whole tenure is Will Anderson. You can tell when he gets on the phone with Will Anderson that he felt like he just got his brand new toy. He was like, bro, let's go. And it's like, it was just like, and that's from D'Amico's standpoint. He was happy as hell. It's like, that's okay, y'all got the quarterback. I got my Will Anderson. And from my alma mater.
And guess what too, Nitty? And then I think I mentioned this on the last show. Casario is so non-traditional. I asked y'all, when was the last time we seen a team draft the number 1 and number 2 wide receiver in the same draft?
No, we never seen that.
We've never seen that. Like normally when you get that wide receiver and you like when we drafted, because we drafted Higgins first, right? After you draft Higgins, then you normally take the draft another direction.
Yeah, you know.
We was like, nah, we finna go get the other wide receiver because we were 2 wide receivers away from beating Baltimore and Kansas City. So Nick say, oh, okay, I got to make sure. And that was the number one thing in the offseason before the draft, before free agency.
And that was 2 wideouts that were in the top 10 of wideouts, right?
No, that was number 4 and number 6.
That's what I'm saying. So they in the top 6. So when you look at that, right, that was done deliberately. That's what I'm glad you brought it up. That was deliberately. If you pick that first wideout, like you say, for years, we know that normally, okay, you got your wideout, they finna go another direction. When they went and picked and actually, he was in the second round. He wasn't right the next pick. We picked somebody else and then went and got.
We picked Ursery and then came back and got Noel.
So right there, that let me know that once you picked Higgins, right, then you went and got Ursery, right, and then you turn around and go get another wideout, not only another wideout, but another wideout from the same exact school where you just got the other wideout from. That is very deliberate. That is very, like, I can see, boy, they was in there slapping fives. They probably couldn't believe. That's why I say the league I can't believe the league allowed that to happen. Like, how did
the way that Nick doing things right now, Patty said something that was key, and I'm gonna give it up. That, and I think you just said it too, Nitty, that next year, if there's somebody on the board that we really want, hey, we'll package a first round pick. Nick loves to get right close to the draft. He started finagling with these 6th and 7th round picks. He started acquiring them. You know something is brewing in the fire. You know, and so next year it's going to tell you they're going to go heavy. I think it's going to be totally heavy on defense, interior defense, and it's going to be heavy on even on the linebackers. And we was talking about something else with the linebackers, but we can't even get into the Christian Harris conversation right now because that's a whole nother diatribe that we can go on, man.
No, that's. I think we got a few more minutes before we leave.
Okay.
And it's MaXout Friday. Let's definitely get into that because I actually walked in when y'all were talking about it at the beginning of the show, and I thought it was a very good interesting conversation. I didn't get a chance to jump in on it, but yes, I think it's weird, man. This whole thing to me, and then I'm gonna give it to y'all. It just looks like Christian Harris has lost his job, bro. Like at first I thought it was more about the injury, right? But this can't be about the injury, right? Because we done seen how players or starters in this league when they are injured, there's a protocol for that, right? You know what I'm saying? When you injured, they look at what part of the season that you in and they start to think, well, do you need surgery or do you not need surgery? What they tried to tell us in training camp last year is that he had a partially torn calf and it wasn't torn to the point of where he needed to have surgery, so they were just going to let it heal. And what we found out is way worse than what they thought it was. But throughout the whole year, through week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up until week 17, nobody knew what was wrong with him. Nobody knew what was going on. He didn't get surgery because they could have easily just said, hey, man, we went on here to shut his season down, man. We let him get the surgery and he'll be fresh for training camp next year. This is normally what they'll do if they give you the surgery in the middle of the season. They'll start making sure that you're good for training camp next year. Well, they didn't do that. And it just seemed like bro is like what it's starting to look like now is that Toa may have just played himself into a better position than what Christian Harris is. Or maybe when Christian Harris had to take that little sit down, that Toa stepped up and it made the coach trust more with Toa now. It's like Toa is doing your job better than you were doing it. Like it's like you were doing your job, but Toa is actually doing it better than you were doing it. And it's like it's hard for him to get that. Like I heard you saying that you remember seeing him come back and played almost 90-something% of the snaps in that one game, and the next game he didn't. That's what it kind of sounds like to me, like he kind of got replaced. What do y'all think that's really going on with him? And do y'all think that by the fact that we are in a whole new year, almost 365 days later, because this was around this time last year when he hurt his leg. What do y'all think is really going on behind it?
I'm gonna keep it short and simple. No, we ain't got that much time left, but the Texans mismatch, like my guy Miller Mike just said it. The Texans mishandled the injury, bro. This is the second time they've done that with this regime. First times with what's my guy who just traded, Ken Green. AD boy, you knew you needed surgery. You should have got it when you first knew about it. Sometimes letting something heal is good, but if you can just get the surgery, hey, scrap this year, don't worry about it. We'll have you back next year. Sometimes going ahead and George Bush in the button, as I would call it, that's what you do. I asked y'all a couple of shows back, why is EJ Speed here? Well, we got our answer. Simple as that. Now, if your calf muscle is partially off the bone, dude, go have fucking surgery. Like, dude, I broke my hand. Bone sticking out the hand. I'm pushing the bone back in my hand. Now I'm going to work, because that's what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, I had to go to the hospital, put this shit back together the right way, because I'm old school, tombstone with it. Duct tape, some dirt, two spits, and
some ginger ale and a can of ginger ale.
I asked Hennessy at the time, so that's how I was getting to work every day, But hey, you gotta pay more attention to your players, bro. Like, this is the reason why we saying next year that linebacker position is going to get addressed. You brought in EJ for insurance policies. Period.
I got a question on the screen. Y'all can tackle that when y'all want to.
But we're finna go over an hour, so
no. This the last one right here. Will they mishandle CJ's injury though?
Well, if they do, they're gonna burn.
I think they can't do that, bro. But I'm not gonna lie though, right? And I'm not trying to scare y'all. Hold on, where my scary button? Hold on. God damn. Okay, here go my scare. I'm not trying to scare y'all, but I will be so upset, y'all, if they mishandle this, because I'm gonna tell y'all, like, I know that they can't tell us exactly what's going on, right? And I know that we in the media will blow things up more than probably what they should be. But I promise you that, like, this is scary, because like you said, they mishandled Kenyon Green. They mishandled this. Now, what I be thinking is the root of this sometimes is the player. I think it's the player sometimes not wanting to take the sit down, but sometimes the team should tell them. But anyway, CJ, they say, is having some soreness, some general soreness, right? You know, I didn't heard people say, "Oh,
last year,
we
bro.
need." Exactly. We you remember we used to literally say on the show last year, we used to be like, man, we hope bro is not having some kind of shoulder fatigue, because you know CJ threw some weird passes last year. Some of his passes were CJ. That's how CJ is. It was Stroud. But some of those passes, I honest to God, was like, what the hell? Like, he must be injured. There were some times last year I wondered if his shoulder was okay from being a rookie and throwing so much as he did it kind of leak over into fatigue of his second year. And so when you see in his third year that he's having these problems, and you heard the TJ word, which Tommy John, for y'all that don't know, and you started to think like, damn, I know bro ain't in that, bro shouldn't be in that position, but we done seen it happen with quarterbacks before. If there was that type of situation, I think they would have shut CJ down already and surgery would be done. I believe that the fact that they have it, but it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe, being that this team has a reputation for mishandling injuries. That's why I'm saying, is it like, you know, we've been on here a lot of times saying that it's nothing to really worry about. Everybody's saying that it's nothing to worry about. But hey, I think it's something to worry about, especially with the Texans, because we know how they do. This is something that they kind of like they known for doing. Not with all players, but it's gonna happen more times than once, more times than we comfortable with. I don't feel comfortable with it at all. I'm just like, Lord have mercy, man. Like, I'm gonna be so pissed off, y'all, if I find out like later on that they like, hey, come to find out, it actually was something pretty serious with CJ, and he's gonna miss the first 8 weeks of the season. Man, I'm gonna be hot, bro. I'm gonna be mad as hell, because y'all played with us and not telling us how serious that it was. But from right now, from this point, and I know we're getting ready to close up out of here. Do y'all honestly, and this probably will be my last time asking y'all this, because I know I asked y'all this before. Do y'all think this shit is serious?
No.
I don't think it's serious. I think my answer the last time stays the same, that when preseason get here, and mandatory minicamp get here, let's see what they do then. Now, if he's still walking around not throwing, having no throwing motion, and anybody that can view him throwing the ball down the field, and preseason, it's only going to be scripted plays. I mean, he'll go that first quarter, he'll probably be 2 for 4. So if he ain't throwing in mandatory minicamp and ain't throwing in preseason, then you start to say, okay, they're really, really holding him back. That's not a normal occurrence, And soreness, I mean, the way that you work out soreness, yeah, you have to rest that shoulder, but still, I feel okay when training camp get here, and then when he start throwing the ball, then I'll be like, okay, well, he's throwing the ball, he's doing it every day. I'm cool with it. But until then, I don't think I can really have a really educated thought on how I really feel about it, because
I'm nervous.
it's you're nervous.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm nervous like a motherfucker, because this I know we a new team, but I'm an old fan. It's a new team, but I'm an old fan, bro. And being that I've seen this team and how this team operates, I done seen some heartbreaking things happen, bro. I was here for that Seattle game with Deshaun Watson, and coming back the next week and hearing that, oh, he tore his ACL and he out for the rest of the year. Man, I slapped the table so hard, bro. I was like, oh, like this was so Houston Texans, or not just Houston Texans, just Houston sports, period. And I'm just a little nervous about that, man.
Let me ask you something, Nitty. And I think I said this also. So he was advised not to throw the ball, which is cool. So he would be advised to have no physical activity, which we saw the very next day. He was shooting 3-pointers at some type of event.
We saw that. We saw that. And he was hitting them hoes too.
And so the team would have been like, hey, like he would have known that he couldn't have done it. They would explain to him, like, this is your next, this is what take us to the next level. You are a franchise guy. These are the things that you can't do. When you go home, you can't play basketball. We don't want you on a damn motorcycle. Stay off a bicycle, all that shit. Just rest your arm. The very next day, he was out there taking shots.
So do y'all think this? So do you think this right here, my G? Do you think that whatever's bothering CJ is something that happened previously, like months ago? This is not still from last year, because if you want me to believe that this is something that's still like, because I just read somebody said it. Who was that? Hold on, let me go back to that comment. Somebody say CJ's shoulder was most likely due to landing on that throwing shoulder. We saw it too many times, and we did. If this is anything that's from last year, this is serious. Like, because bro has been off since when? January?
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me if he can't throw the ball from soreness that's coming from last year, that's concerning, bro. That's concerning. Now, if you tell me that he's just having tendonitis, like right now, me and you, we can go out and shoot basketball right now. Wake up tomorrow morning and be like, damn, I'm a little. You know what I'm saying? This is what he's going through? Like, because some people have said it's tendonitis, where it's just general soreness. So this means that he came out in OTAs, he threw a football and said, "Oh, hold on, that kind of didn't feel good right there." And they like, "Oh, hold on, we'll sit down and chill." You know what I'm saying? Or like, because it kind of makes it's not making sense to me, bro. It's just not gelling as to why. Because if this is from last year, this is all I'm saying. If this is a lingering from last year, then by week 3, week 4, we're going to hear of problems with CJ. We're going to hear that, okay, yeah, he has a little fatigue in his own. They don't let him throw during this off season. Like he doesn't even, what if we get to a point where like he not even practicing this off season? They literally just saving all of his throws for real live game action. You know what I'm saying? Then that's something to be concerned with, bro, because he has been throwing a lot. And like, he did hit that throwing shoulder a lot last year. And I know that if it's been 6 months and you still having that injury, that's not good. You should be done healed.
The first year, he threw 499 attempts. Last year's 532. It's only a 31 attempt difference. But the issue was the first year he was sacked 38 times. Last year, 52. He took a beating. And I want to say he got sacked 10 more times in the playoffs. So, like, the guy took a beating out of this world.
Yep. So he's dealing with that. This is the repercussions of that, is what you're saying.
I mean,
so this is my worst fear.
He wants to throw the football. So, of course, addressing offensive line to keep your franchise quarterback upright is top priority, period. Now, the guy's going to eclipse what I just said. He threw 532. I believe with this offense they're going to roll out there this year, with all the emotions and shit, he's going to eclipse that number easily. But it's all going to come down to is how the protection is going to hold up. Can he get the ball out quick?
Oh, they literally right now, I think Nick Caley's number one thing this year is literally what we saw with Tom Brady, how Tom Brady was literally, like, we knew that Tom Brady was not getting sacked, not because of really how good the offensive line was. We know this, the offensive line kind of got some props undeserving props because people were looking at them like the best offensive line in the league, but it really wasn't the offensive line. It was the design of those plays. Like Tom Brady did not hold on to that ball. I don't think Tom Brady didn't start holding on to the ball until that year that he hurt his knee in Kansas City when Pollard fell into his knee that time. It's up until that point, man, that dude did not hold that ball longer than 1 second. It was almost like, out of his hand, bro. It was out of his hand. I just think that CJ is going to have that type of offense. This year, he will not get sacked as many times as he did last year. He's going to definitely have that ball out of his hand. So I'm not worried about him as far as getting sacked. I'm just concerned, like you say, I'm gonna rest on these laurels right here. What Killer Cal said. When training camp starts, even mini camp, I damn near want to see him throwing mini camp. But if we don't see him throwing mini camp in day one in August, when he starts, when they start training camp, if he out there throwing, everything is all good. If he's not, I think Texans community, everything's going to flip over upside down. I think everybody is going to be upset. And I don't think they're stupid. I don't think you get your fans back in to the hole with the team and everybody together and rocking with the team, and you turn around and do something as stupid as that. I don't think that's what's happening. I think it's just really a caution thing. And it could be this too, y'all. And let's just hope that it's this. It really could be that CJ really is sitting on the sideline watching things happen now, and they trying to give him a new perspective of the offense. Like, let's let you see this offense work before you actually be in it. Either way, I think we're going to be good.
Yeah, I can see that too. I don't. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, like I was saying, I think I see us doing good in that situation right there. But being a Texans fan, shout out to Houston Stressings. It's naturally distress. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is being on this side of the Houston Texans. But other than that, though, man, let's do our shot. Is there anything first and foremost that y'all want to bring before we get off this show right here? Is there anything that y'all got to bring?
Honestly, man, appreciate everybody pulling up, man. MaXout Friday.
MaXout, man.
Yeah, everybody in the bull ring, all the participants.
I appreciate that, Mellow Mike. Yeah, we're definitely we start putting more into this MaXout Friday. This is really our first time that we're gonna actually do it, but I kind of want MaXout Friday to represent, especially during the season, because we definitely gonna be doing MaXout Friday during the season. You're gonna be able to come to the show on MaXout Fridays and bring anything that you have to the table, any kind of gripe that you have with the NFL, anything with the team, you want to give a shout out to another fan from another team, you want to roast their ass, you want to come on here, you want to max out on a Friday, you make sure that you come here to Texans on 3 on a Friday. If we got any kind of problems with anybody, we gonna max out on Friday. Any problem we got, we gonna save it until MaXout Friday. We're gonna max out every Friday with y'all, man. And so y'all make sure we're gonna probably get us some t-shirts, man. I'm gonna get us a MaXout Friday button to where when I hit it, man, we're gonna be maxing out every Friday, man. You know what I'm saying? And hey, it's gonna be fun, man. I remember the first time Patton brought MaXout to the show, I just couldn't stop laughing at this shit. That was just funny as hell. Hey, but I had never heard that. Like,
it's the story behind it, though, man. Like, hey,
MaXout, baby.
Hey, man, sometimes you gotta max them up, out, man.
Sometimes you do, bro. And we definitely will do that, man. And I'm gonna give anything you want to give, Cam, before we got out.
No, man, just
to the bull ring.
Yeah, everybody in the bull ring, man. Like, when you make comments, we read your comments. We're trying to read them, and we want y'all to keep coming in, ask questions, have your comments in here, because y'all are members of the show also. We talk about it, but y'all are members also, and we respect y'all opinions, man, and y'all bring something to the show that it's another perspective. When we read your opinions, it's like, oh, okay, I can see that. So,
Man,
hey, y'all keep it coming, man.
Y'all are a big part of this, man. And I just want to read this last comment right quick because it is MaXout Friday. Mellow Mike say, I want to roast a new GM of the Jags. He drank that Duval water. Instant dumbification. Most definitely.
Dumbification. I got to use that.
Hey,
Got to put that in my vernacular.
Before we get up out of here, man, we got a special guest lined up for y'all Tuesday, man. I ain't gonna say no names, but y'all just tune in, man. You know, our regular time, Tuesday, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, big guest, man. Big guest
know
in the Texas community,
but
man.
I'll leave y'all a hint, though. I'm out.
Most definitely, man. Hey, man, appreciate y'all. And we're going to do, let me see. My boy say, is talking crap about the Jags off-season pains. He say, y'all rock, man. Appreciate the Texas changes, man. Trawl taking time off to celebrate Wide Month. He said he got more. I got more where they came from. Stormy on them courts. Now, listen. Every Friday, Mike, man, make sure you're in the building. We're gonna roast them, bro. What I was gonna say about Wide Month, Brandon. I know you happen to see that picture of Miami. They had your boy Jalen Waddle. I don't know who is number 55, who is the linebacker, who is the lineman for that team that wears number 55. But they switched jerseys today. He had on a Waddle jersey, and I'm talking about it was tight. It looked like a halter top. And they was talking about Waddle gained weight. And when I looked at that picture, it almost got me, bro, because it looked like Eddie Lacy. Shout out Eddie Lacy, man. God damn. Eddie Lacy is the coolest gangster of the NFL, bro. Like, because he didn't give a damn. Bro was like, you know what? Look, Brandon Jalen Waddle. Nah, hey, that's a good one, bro. Hey, man, I'm gonna let's give all the shout outs right quick, man. First and foremost, let me get my hand clap up here. I'm gonna give a shout out to Mo Beasley, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate T Jones in the building. Appreciate Texas Kansas, man. You always in the building. Appreciate Brandon, man. You know you pretty much are the bull ring, bro. We want to give a shout out to Eve, man. Want to give a shout out to I think I said Texas Tangents, but Texas Tangents again, man. Appreciate you. Let me see. We got Mellow Mike, man. Most definitely, man. Appreciate you, Mellow Mike, man. Want to give you a hand clap. And appreciate you, man. When you come in the bull ring, man, I'm talking about he be in here for real. And we appreciate that, man. We love for people to be, you know what I'm saying, involved in what we're doing. That boy Brandon say Whataburger, man. Hey. Hey, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Every time y'all tune in, man, I'm talking about this is what gives us the strength to come here and do another show. We will be here Tuesday. Like Patton said, we have a very special guest to be in the building, man. Y'all all know who it will be. Or y'all will know who it is when they come on here. Y'all just make sure y'all paying attention. And, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. MaXout Friday. Got my guys with me, man, and we up out of here, man. It is the Texans on 3. Y'all make sure y'all here Tuesday. We will be here in the building. Go Texans, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. We up out of here. T. Jones.
We out.